Have you ever tasted their chocolate bar roly-poly? I would love to have Aunt Bessie as an aunt. Anyway.
Stay on topic, stay on topic. I do the digressing. Hello guys and girls, welcome back to Car Obsession and welcome to what I hope will be a new series on the YouTube channel. Now I put out a poll on my social media and a lot of you said you'd like to see my wife get more involved in my videos. My wife is a massive petrol head, she loves cars as much as I do, but she can't drive. But I still want to get her involved in the channel and get her take on cars really, and maybe she can do like a little review on them as such, but as a passenger. I'm still thinking of a name. I'm maybe thinking My Wife Rates Cars, or Patsy, her name, Patsy Rates Cars. So I'm not too sure on a name, but if you can think of a better one, please do get in touch. Anyway, it's about time I introduce the lady herself. So Patsy, come on down. You're coming that way, okay?
Yeah, I like to be extra.
Give everyone a wave. Marvellous. And so we're going to kick off with this, the brand new Jeep Compass. Now before we start, I want to make it clear that although we share the same surname, we don't necessarily share the same thoughts. So Jeep, if you're watching, what my wife says about this car doesn't necessarily reflect what I think of this car. That's my disclaimer. These are Patsy's thoughts, not my own or indeed Car Obsession. So away you go. Firstly, what do you think of the look?
This is after a lot of thought.
Okay.
I can only pick out 3 things I like about the look.
Okay, it's better than none, I suppose.
Okay, first one is I love the 7 kind of separate grills the Jeep have.
Yep, so that is very much...
It's a bit like having teeth. The car has teeth. Okay,
it's one way of putting it, but yes, that's very much a traditional Jeep design cue.
And if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure they always have 7.
Yes, they do.
So
yeah.
I like that. I like that more than the traditional kind of big rectangle standard grille.
Okay.
I just think it gives it more character.
Interesting.
And it's a bit eye-catching.
Yeah, I like that.
Even with my dodgy eyes, it's eye-catching. The other thing I like is...
Yeah, I shall follow you.
This car doesn't have it, but you can get it in the bi-colour roof.
Yeah, so basically this car, you cannot have it with a body colour and a black roof. So this colour is called bronze. That's literally what it's called. Normally with a car manufacturer, they'll give it a fancy name, but Jeep has decided to call this car simply bronze. I won't lie, I'm not a big fan of the colour. You aren't either, are you?
They should have at least given it a more tempting, seductive name like luxury chocolate or chocolate luxe, or that. To me, I'd think of the name without seeing the colour and go, ooh. But I see bronze and I'm just like, this isn't bronze to me.
So what's number 3?
Number 3, something really simple.
Yeah.
But I love this.
Yeah, I really like that as well.
I love how it says Compass, because without that, this would look quite plain. But if you look at the car side on, the first thing you see is that.
Yeah.
And I quite like it. I just think it gives something to look at rather than just the side panels.
Yeah. It gives it a bit of character, I feel.
There is one thing I've just actually noticed which I kind of quite like in a design aspect.
Go on.
I like how this follows all the way round and kind of curves off around the back.
And it goes to the back, yeah.
Because it doesn't just stop. It's kind of a nice kind of continuous flow right around the other side.
It wraps around the car, doesn't it? It's quite a nice touch.
Honestly, apart from that, I don't really like anything else on the outside. Okay.
So, what do you think?
Average.
In your own time, average? I think that's a bit harsh.
There's enough space. Like, this is going to sound really odd.
Go on.
But I feel closer to you. Like when you're sitting in the driving seat, I feel there's less space between us in this car than there was, say, in the Qashqai and the Peugeot.
Okay, interesting.
Not that I don't like want to sit close to you or anything, but I just
No offense taken.
I like my own space. It is comfortable. Like I've got space. I'd be comfortable on a long journey. I've got enough leg room, but I feel the seats are rather firm.
But yeah, they are quite firm, if I'm going to be honest.
I don't feel like I've got a lot of support.
What about the actual interior design though? The way how it's laid out. What do you think of that?
I love how...
Let me come around so I can actually show people the inside. It might actually be a good idea.
I love the actual, should we say, the main centre part where the touchscreen is.
The gloss black surround. It's quite nice.
This is stylish. There's not too many buttons. What you need there is essential, and it's quite attractive if you ask me. I quite like it.
So this isn't your first time in this car, is it? It's your second? Yeah.
Yeah, and it hasn't got any better.
Okay, why don't you like being in this car?
I don't know, I just can't get comfortable.
Okay.
That's all it is. I can't get comfortable, whether it be the seats. I don't feel the seats too firm. I don't feel supported enough.
Yeah.
I can't get comfortable. I feel like a kid that has just put a bucket of ants down its pants and is wiggling. I can't get comfortable.
That's my way of putting it. Yeah, the seats are definitely firmer than the Qashqai. I would agree with you on that one, and they don't have quite as much support. I know what you mean. I do feel myself sliding about a little bit more in these seats. They do seem a bit slippery. I think that's the best way of putting it.
I think that's the material they're made from.
Yeah, the leather isn't quite as nice as the Qashqai, but the Qashqai had an upper leather, so it's it's more premium material.
The only thing I can safely say I like about the seats is when it's hot or stuffy, or say if you've just run out the office finishing work and you get into the car and you're a bit hot. The cooling feature. Yeah, it's like having aircon coming through your seat onto your back.
Yes,
it's beautiful.
So let's face it, a lot of cars nowadays come with heated seats, albeit on a higher trim level. But this car has heated and ventilated seats. So, okay, you're kind of hit and miss in regards to the seats, and I can understand where you're coming from. But what about other comfort? What about the ride?
I feel like a freshly made jelly that's come out a plate from the fridge, and I'm wobbling all over the place. I can't be still in this car. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how a jelly is, no matter if the plate is still on the side, it's still wobbling. I feel like that jelly.
I think a large factor in that are these alloys. So normally this car would come standard with 18-inch alloys, but this car's got optional 19-inch alloys, and obviously the bigger the alloy, the smaller the tyre, therefore it becomes a bit more uncomfortable. I think this car, on the most part, does ride relatively well. These roads around here aren't great, if we're going to be honest.
They're not, but even on, should we say, normal roads, like on the way home, for example, I can't think of a time where I've managed to stay still in this car.
I would argue that it's a softer setup than the Qashqai though. The Qashqai is quite a firm setup, whereas this is a bit more softly sprung.
See, I don't like that, especially in a car like this.
Yeah, but surely you want an SUV. Well, you don't want an SUV to be too firm, because it's not like it's a sports car. I know it's called a sports utility vehicle, but most of them aren't sporty, are they?
That's where I'm going wrong, because it's got the word sport in it. I expected it to be, like a racetrack ready, kind of drifting.
She didn't. She's being silly now.
No, I'm not. No, I would want it to be firmer than this.
Would you?
Yes.
Okay.
This is as a passenger. As a driver, you're concentrating more on driving.
That is true.
Whereas as a passenger, I've got nothing to concentrate on apart from stopping myself falling asleep. So for me, I pick up these things more than say you do because you're concentrating on driving. But one thing I will say is I feel too low.
Too low? Well, you can adjust your seat. Your seat is electronically adjustable.
So why did you not inform me of this before?
Because I thought you'd be clever enough to work it out for yourself.
This is me we're on about.
Your words, not mine. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, how you stay out of a doghouse. Let's talk about the handling.
I can't talk about the handling.
No, but from a passenger's perspective.
I can imagine.
It's a bit roly-poly, isn't it?
It's like Aunt Bessie's jam roly-poly.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I love Aunt Bessie's. Oh. Have you ever tasted their chocolate bar roly-poly? I would love to have Aunt Bessie as an aunt. Anyway.
Stay on topic, stay on topic. I do the digressing.
Oh, I learnt from the best.
Touche. Yeah, it's not...
I feel like I have to hold on.
Yeah, it's not great in the corners if I'm going to be honest.
It feels like I'm going to headbutt you. If we go around the corner quite fast, it feels like I'm going to end up in your lap.
I'm going to drive like that, just in case.
It just feels like... It feels like I have to hold on, otherwise I'm going to end up either elbowing you or kind of falling into you.
Please don't do that. Right, so I think we've both talked for long enough.
Yeah, you thought he waffled on.
So, yeah, I'm going to have to edit this video considerably. So I'm going to have so much to cut out. Right, so moment of truth. What do you rate this car out of, let's say, 5? Disclaimer, her thoughts, not mine.
I'd give it 3.5.
I think that's respectable. I think that's fair.
Would I own one? Honestly, no. I think there's better choices for your money out there.
I wouldn't own one, not because I particularly dislike this car, because in fact I do rather like it. But if I were buying an SUV,
I'd buy a Seat Ateca.
Yeah, I would probably go for a Seat Ateca as well. If I'm not mistaken, it's got a bigger boot. I think it's nicer to look at.
It's a much more handsome, good-looking car. It's sculpted so well. This car just...
the Seat Ateca is also cheaper. It's better to drive, and personally, from I've only driven this 1.6 litre diesel, but I would argue the Qashqai has got the Ateca has got a better engine as well. So if I were on the market for an SUV in this kind of price bracket, I'd go for an Ateca. So yes, Patsy has given her verdict 3.5 out of 5, which I think is a respectable score, and I think it's a fair score. In all honesty, if I were to rate this car, I would probably go for 3.5 as well. So it's good to know we're kind of on the same wavelengths. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I say, it's something a bit different, and it's what you guys wanted to see. And like I said earlier, I'm quite keen to bring Patsy more involved into car obsession. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, give it a massive thumbs up. If you are subscribed, don't forget to click that bell icon so you get notified every time I make a video. And if you aren't subscribed, guys, what are you waiting for? Be sure to subscribe for more car obsession. Yes!